Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing today? Phil here live on the stream. My first of two gameplay streams for today. Today is Wednesday, September 17th, 2019. How's everyone? I hope you're doing good. I hope that you're looking forward to a full day of streaming and my final day, consecutive day of streaming this week. I have an update for all of you on the schedule coming up for the next week, which is a good thing that I have an update for you so you know exactly what to expect this next week. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff all around. And I hope you guys are excited. All right, so welcome. First of all, let's talk about a few things. First of all, today is the absolute final day for you to nominate stuff for the upcoming retrospective marathon. I took a look at the thread last night to see what you guys have been posting up. It's some pretty good stuff, a good variety of stuff. And for a change, not a million vlogs, which is good because a lot of the times with these retrospective events, you guys have nominated a bunch of vlogging stuff, which is fine, but we had been doing so much vlogging stuff. I'm actually happy a lot of people nominated like gaming moments and the like for us to review, which is a good thing. Okay. So that's a good, that's going to be fun. Tonight, I'm going to close off that thread. So the nominations process for the upcoming, retrospective event is going to end today. Last chance if you want to nominate something to head over to my kingofhate.com website, go to the forums, general section of the forums, and there's the thread right there, prominently featured. At least, for the entirety of this stream and probably a little bit more later tonight. And then tonight I'll be closing that off, all right? At the same time, I will also be opening up a thread by which you can now begin nominating horror-themed video games for my upcoming Halloween Horror Marathon. Now, it doesn't have to be insanely scary or anything like that. It could be a game that has like a creepy or even like some kind of a silly, scary theme. Like, for example, one of the games I'm definitely going to be playing that day is Luigi's Mansion 3. Obviously, that's not a really scary game, but it's a game that has ghosts and stuff in it, and so it has a theme like that, so that'll be included. But I'm curious to see what games you guys will nominate for the upcoming Halloween Horror Marathon, okay? That's going to begin tonight. That's good. That means we have a full month here to be working on nominations and then voting to get these games locked in for the Halloween event, the end of next month, okay? Now, another thing I'll be doing eventually, I'm not doing this yet, is I'm going to be posting up a voting thread on what kind of Halloween costume I'll be wearing during that Halloween marathon. I can't do that yet because I have not seen what kind of costumes are available yet. Kat and I have been keeping our eyes peeled for the opening of Halloween stores in our area, and so far nothing yet, but usually they open around the end of September. So once these stores start to open up, we'll start to see what's available, and we'll go from there. Okay, so that's going to be pretty cool. Pretty nice, right? Okay, so I just want to get that stuff out of the way. That's just some housekeeping stuff before we actually get to the streaming schedule. Now let's talk about what's going to happen on the streams today. First of all, this first main gameplay stream is the continuation of Borderlands 3. So far, I've played this game twice. I'm roughly just under 8 hours into the game, and I really like it. I'll be honest, I actually think it's grown on me the more that I've played it. And the reason I say that is when I first started out, it really did feel par for the course for a Borderlands game. And, all the good things, but also the shortcomings that Borderlands has as part of its franchise, all were a major part of that. But I would say the last session that I played, I actually liked it a lot more. The reason being, number one, my character has leveled up enough that I'm getting better abilities. And I am a beast master, and my beast that I have with me has gotten a lot better now, not only in combat, but as basically a way to draw aggro, okay? Number two, I can now hold 3 weapons, which means now I have a much better variety of gameplay. Before, with only 2 weapons, it was incredibly limited, but now with 3, I can have, a close-range weapon, a long-range weapon, and a weapon that's like a special ability, and that's what I have right now. I have a gun that melts shields, a sniper rifle that's really good from a distance, and then a shotgun that's a legendary level shotgun that is absolutely great close range, melts enemies with it almost fires as fast as a machine gun. So once I got this loadout and I was able to carry the 3 weapons, I was like, damn, this game feels a lot better now. And we just hit a new planet. We're on a new planet now. and we're trying to save this planet. It's supposed to be like a sanctuary planet for a bunch of people who like meditate, but it's under attack by the Malawan Corporation, and we're trying to save it. So that's what we're doing right now. We're on the third planet of the game. That's another thing. Now we're going to different planets. Instead of just being on Pandora, we're going to different planets with different, different kind of atmospheres, different environments. It's not just this barren planet of Pandora anymore, okay? So that's a great thing. So that's why I'm excited. Now, the other thing is, last time I played, you guys were pretty fun and interactive. We had a lot of fun conversations while I was playing the game. I would like to keep that up. Keep in mind that Borderlands 3 is a game that is going to be a lot of grinding style gunplay. And the way to make that better, instead of just being repetitive gunplay over and over, is to hang out with me, to talk with me, to have some fun with conversation, to basically turn this into an interactive stream rather than it just be about me playing the game, us kind of having fun outside of me just shooting a million generic enemies, right? So I hope that that's what we'll do today. We'll have a good interactive stream today, okay? Port 4 says, in a nutshell, what's the story of Borderlands 3? You and your team were finally going to leave Pandora to look for other vaults on other planets. But as this was happening, a duo of brother and sister who were sirens got like a cult following on Pandora, and all the raiders basically became cult fanatics of them. And they wanted to get basically all the glory and everything for themselves. So they ended up stealing your map of other vaults and leaving Pandora. And now you're basically chasing them around the galaxy, trying to stop them from causing havoc. They broke into this agreement with a corporation called the Malawan Corporation to have them work with them to find these vaults and find whatever's in them or whatever. So 2 planets now you've been to, and this corporation is wreaking havoc on the planets. You have to fight a bunch of corporate troops and stuff. And then you end up fighting fanatics as well, who are followers of this crazy cult. So that's pretty much the plot. Nothing complex, nothing super interesting, and certainly nothing, to write home about. It's just kind of there. But it's passable to kill 5 million generic enemies. So there you go. Okay. Continuing on. So that's going to be the first stream of the day. 4 hours of Borderlands 3. Hope you guys are excited for a nice, chill, and interactive stream of Borderlands 3. Later tonight, for the first time in over 3 weeks, I'm returning to Dragon Quest Builders 2. That's right. The playthrough is not dead. Some people thought it was. Some people thought I had dropped the game. No, it's just that for the past 3 weeks, I've been so busy with new releases that I just didn't have really time to play it. If you remember, I've been balancing games like Control and horror releases, right? We had Blair Witch and Man of Medan. Then we had Gears 5 come out during all of that. And then Borderlands 3. So because of all that, I really haven't had a chance to focus in on Dragon Quest Builders 2 at all. And a lot of people absolutely love the game because it is a very relaxing game to play and has an interesting plot. It's like an RPG with some action elements instead of turn-based combat, and also building. So it's like a bunch of cool things kind of, put together to become a game. And I've absolutely loved that game, and I wanted to play more of it. And now finally, it's coming back into the fold as a chill game in the rotation. So you can expect Dragon Quest Builders 2 to be a regular game on my streams. I would say at least once a week. I'm not going to guarantee that, but it should be at least once a week. There are big new releases coming out soon, and when there are multiple new releases, they always take priority, but I'm going to try to do my best to get it in there as a chill stream once a week. Fair enough? So that's tonight, okay? Tomorrow's my day off for the week. Tomorrow I'm off from streaming. I'll be out with my wife doing stuff. I'll be back on Thursday. Now, originally on Thursday, I was supposed to be covering the Genesis Mini. Sadly, it doesn't look like that's going to happen unless a miracle happens with Amazon. I'll explain that in a moment. But instead, on Thursday, we're probably just going to do more Borderlands 3. Some more Borderlands 3 progress. And then Thursday night, I think I'm going to do a throwback Street Fighter stream where I play classic Street Fighter 2, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. If this still turns out well, I'll keep doing it, but this may be the last hurrah for that, because really last time I tried to play, I couldn't find anyone at all besides a troll who wouldn't play me, and an asshole who would just abuse lag, and he basically does this. He hunts me down because he's a no-life loser, and he just tries to use lag abuse to piss me off rather than playing legit gameplay of the game. And it's very frustrating. So what I ended up doing last time I did this, I went to lobbies instead. And then once I actually got into random lobbies, just playing all the games of the collection, I actually got a little bit more enjoyment out of it, and it was actually quite fun. I'd say the second hour of the last Street Fighter stream was pretty fun. But if we can't find lobbies, and if we can't find people to play, then obviously I can't do Throwback Street Fighter anymore, right? So we'll see how this goes this Thursday night. Then on Friday, we got a big new release premiere. It's The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake. This is a game that was a Game Boy game back in the 1990s. I never played it. I didn't have a Game Boy during the stages when this game was released as a new release. I didn't get a Game Boy until way later to play Pokemon. And by the time I got it, I didn't really care about Link's Awakening anymore. So I never played this game, and this is the first time ever it's been re-released as like a modern game. So I'm very excited to see what Nintendo has done with this. I haven't played a Zelda game in a couple years, so this should be pretty neat, starting up this Friday, okay? Then Friday night, it's the final session ever of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout. After nearly a year of playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Blackout mode for Battle Royale, on a weekly basis, this is it. This is my final session of it. After this, no more. Okay? So, if you've liked the Blackout Battle Royale, you want to see the final epic session, that's going to be Friday night. Okay? Please come on Friday night to check that out. I get the feeling it's going to be there's going to be fans, there's going to be trolls. Everyone's going to be here for the last hurrah, Black Ops 4 Blackout. Okay? Okay, then on Saturday, I'm going to be doing more Zelda, okay, on Saturday's main gameplay stream. And then Saturday night, I'm going to be going back to the Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta because they're going to have a big update this weekend. They're going to release Ground War, which is the ginormous map with the ginormous amount of players on said map. It's something that they do with Call of Duty every once in a while, every few years. And I'm curious how they're going to implement it in this new engine. So that's going to be fun. We're going to be doing that Saturday night, okay? Sunday, we're going to swing back to Borderlands 3 for a major stream. And Sunday night will be my session of Minecraft, chill Minecraft streaming, okay? Then on Monday, if everything goes according to plan, which I hope it does, Monday will be the release of the Genesis Mini. And the reason that I'm doing it on Monday instead of Thursday when it really comes out in other places is because I had it, a fan of mine ordered it from Amazon, which you would think, oh, Amazon's on top of the new releases. Apparently, Amazon is not shipping the Genesis Mini to anyone until the 23rd of September. That's really stupid, in my opinion. It's a new game release. They always seem to ship consoles and games for release. For whatever reason, they're behind the 8 ball when it comes to the Genesis Mini, and I don't know why. But I can only play it when I get it, right? So I'm supposed to get it around the 23rd. If I get it on the 23rd, great. Then what I'm going to be doing that day, we're going to be doing a live unboxing. We're going to be doing a hookup where I hook it up, to my setup here. And we're going to start streaming from it, capturing from it, look at the quality. We're going to take a look at the games that are in it and everything. Depending on when I get the console, it may be the main gameplay stream for the day, or it may be the late night gameplay stream. Because it really depends on when the console shows up, okay? So we'll see, and then depending on when it shows up is when I'm going to be covering it on stream. And that's it, because that Tuesday is actually my next day off, okay? That Tuesday coming up, which I guess is the 24th, would be my next day off. Then that next week, what we're going to see is balance between Borderlands 3, Zelda, and the Genesis Mini coverage, also with chill streaming. And what I mean by that is things like Dragon Quest Builders 2, Minecraft, and maybe some classic Street Fighter. Like, those will be the late night streams, okay? Plus, since we're going to be doing the Genesis Mini coverage, maybe I'll be playing some of the Genesis games as late night streams as well. One game has my interest between now and the end of the month. It's called Code Vein. You guys know about it because I played the beta. It's a game that's very anime-esque, but it plays like Dark Souls. And the beta really, it's kind of, I don't know, for some people, it seemed that people liked it and other people didn't. Okay? So, I don't know if I'm going to play it or not. I think, honestly, Code Vein, whether I play it or not, will be highly dependent on how I'm doing in the current releases. Like, for example, if I wrap up Borderlands 3 and now I have an open space maybe for an ongoing playthrough, maybe I'll start it up. All right, I don't know. So we're going to see. Now, the other thing is, by the end of the month, there's 2 other special events going on this month. I'm going to be doing Ask the King, which is my bi-monthly Q&A show. And typically, I would do this the last Thursday of the month, which this month it would be the 26th. So that's kind of tentatively when I'm setting it. I don't know exactly if that's when it's going to be or not, but that's just kind of tentatively what I'm saying. That'll be the day. And then also, like I already mentioned, we got a retrospective marathon event that's going to take place. And that's going to be by the end of the month. Let's just say, let's put it this way. Tentatively, let's say it's the last day of the month. For now, let's say that the retrospective event will be held on Monday, September 30th. That way, it has a placeholder date. Whether or not we actually do it on that date, I don't know, but it'll be close or around to that date. Okay, so that way, now everyone kind of has an idea. It's the end of the month. That'll be when we throw the event. Okay, so all this coming this month. Pretty great month. You know, new releases, the Genesis Mini, chill streams, special events, lots of good stuff during this time of the year. Very busy, right? Very exciting. So I hope you guys are looking forward to all this stuff that I'm describing for you, and that you feel that it is good stuff for the streams, right? Alrighty then. Prophet of Teeps says, "Don't do it on Monday." Well, I could do it on, maybe I could do it on Sunday. I'm throwing that out there as a placeholder date. Maybe right. Maybe if for marathon, maybe I should do it on a weekend so more people can attend. I mean, it's a fair point. So that's what I'm saying. It's a placeholder date. Maybe we'll do it, the day before for the weekend or whatever. Okay. Sounds good? All right. All right, guys. So thank you very much for listening to the schedule. I hope this sounds appealing to you, and hopefully I'll see you on the streams in the next few weeks. Keep in mind, October is also going to be a very busy month. I really have to sit down and get a chance to look through the October schedule because I haven't had a chance, and I know there's a lot of games coming out in October I'm interested in, but I have to update the schedule so that I have all those dates, release dates and everything in place. So, okay. So, let's now move on to the second segment of my stream, also known as the gratuitous plugs. This is the segment where I explain how you can contribute and help out the stream and keep it going, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for 11 years where I've been able to be a content creator for the internet and share my daily gameplay experiences with all of you. As you all know, I'm very much now an interactive streamer. Every day here, 6 days a week, full time. I am here putting out gameplay streams for you, and then I upload those videos to YouTube on my DSPGaming channel as an archive. So if you cannot attend the live stream, you can at least get caught up on demand at your leisure, right? I absolutely love what I do. I used to be a full-time YouTuber, and it was nice, don't get me wrong, but since I became a full-time streamer 2 years ago, things have really been for the better, in my opinion. We have these fun interactive streams with this organic kind of back and forth between us, having conversations and fun and reactions live to what I'm doing in the game, rather than it feeling like I'm disconnected and playing a game by myself in a room. It's become a very different experience that I enjoy a lot. In fact, I've told you guys, I love coming to stream every day. There were days when I used to be a YouTuber when I felt like, oh man, the grind continues, right? I don't really feel like that anymore. Like, damn, I get to play Borderlands 3 today. I get to go back to Dragon Quest Builders 2, which has been a really fun, chill stream. I get to talk with everyone about stuff. This is great. This is a fun thing I love to do. So thanks for that, okay? That being said, because I am a streamer, I rely almost solely on your contributions during streams to keep things afloat. It used to be that it was, ad revenue on YouTube when I was a full-time YouTuber, and those things have changed dramatically. Sadly, YouTube, fell apart over the years, and, for someone like me to try to even be a full-time YouTuber anymore is completely just not possible. So I'm happy that Twitch provided me a viable alternative and a way to continue to be the kind of person that I wanted to be on the internet and share these honest experiences with all of you and to make a living doing it, all right? That being said, if you love the daily live streams and if you love the on-demand videos on YouTube and you want to see them all continue, please consider contributing in one of the following methods that I'm about to outline, and all contributions are much appreciated. However, I will say this up front. Contributions are appreciated. Yes, contributions keep everything going, but they're not mandatory. If you just want to come by the stream and hang out and have a good time and you can't, afford to contribute in any way, that's okay. I don't want you to feel pressured or like this is some kind of a stream where constantly all I care about is, contributions coming in. That's not the case. I'm happy to do this as, you know, a hobby as well as my job. Keep in mind, I did this for 2.5 years on YouTube before it was even possible to monetize gameplay videos. I am a full-time, lifelong gamer, and I love gaming. I want to share this with you regardless of, you know, what comes in on a daily basis. But that being said, if you can go above and beyond and contribute, that is very much appreciated, and thank you to anyone who absolutely can and does. Fair enough? Alrighty then. Let's get started. First of all, you can check out my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidefil, where you earn personal perks dependent on what you pledge. Now, just being honest here, some of the best perks over there would be the ability to get your question answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King. That's a no-brainer. I mean, Ask the King is a good show that I rarely do. I only do it every other month. And so an opportunity to get your question answered in depth, in full, rather than just a quick answer during a live stream, but like a gameplay stream, but instead of getting like a really thought out, intelligent answer to your question, that's the opportunity to do it, right? You can get a private Q&A video made, where you can just ask me questions that you've always wanted answered. And I will, again, in depth for a video just for you, answer that stuff for you. That's just a couple of the perks. Give it a look over at patreon.com/darksidefil. Thanks to anyone who pledges, and thanks to those who are considering it. I also have a Teespring store where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise, primarily t-shirts, but there's also things there like stickers and mugs and the like. And anything you buy helps me out. You get a cool collectible, and I appreciate that. Please give that a look as well. That's teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. All right. Refreshing. Alrighty then. Now, if you're here live on the stream, this is pretty much a no-brainer, right? If you want to get some cool interaction during the stream, a way to say thank you for your contributions, if you either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me during today's stream, I will give you a live shout-out. And I love doing this. It's part of the big interactivity of my streams, is giving shout-outs for contributions and then getting conversations started based on what you guys say, right? Pretty awesome. I also have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen where a top cheerer and top tipper of said stream will get extra recognition. There's also a cheering leaderboard integrated into Twitch so that those who contribute will also get credit for their contributions, all right? So many ways for you to get credit. However, I feel that it is only fair that I cover the fact that this is my stream. It is subjective what I say and do on it. I get to decide. You know, there's no objective rules of what we say and do on the stream. And that being said, ultimately I have to abide by a few rules, some that are mine, some that aren't mine, and I want to outline those ahead of time so you guys understand and there's no misconceptions. The first is that I have to abide by all of Twitch's terms of service. Twitch has some strict rules about what you can and can't do on a stream. I do not, go outside of those at all. I love what I do for a living. I wouldn't ever want to jeopardize that. So understand, I can't go and just say and do whatever I want. The other thing is, I try to maintain a certain kind of vibe around my streams so that people can come and have a chill time. This is not a stream where we're going to be drawing up a lot of drama. This is not a stream where there's going to be a lot of toxicity and negativity and attacks on people. That's not the kind of stream I try to run. A lot of people do that. That's fine. If that's what you like, you can go check out somebody else. Here, we're trying to have a fun and relaxing time. Not to say that there won't be rage, and not to say that you're not going to hear my honest reactions if I'm pissed off at something going on in a game, because I will be honest. But in general, we try to stay away from things that are going to cause that kind of a reaction. So, for example, we're not going to be talking in general about politics or religion, because those are topics that can be very argumentative and get people pissed off at each other. Now, that being said, if there's a game that has a topic about that in it, yeah, then we'll address it, but we're not just going to out of willy-nilly start talking about politics and shit. Isn't it fun when you come to a gameplay stream and all people can talk about is Brexit and Trump? Like, no, not really. I hear about that shit outside of streams all the time. I don't need to be bothered on a gameplay stream about it too, right? Similarly to that, we're not going to be bringing up negativity, toxicity. We're not going to be, first of all, no insults against myself or other stream chatters are tolerated. And number two, we don't bring up the people who constantly try to basically bring me down. Whether they're stealing my content, whether they're doing nasty things and talking shit about me, I don't care. I don't need to know about it. And we don't need to derail the stream with that kind of shit. In addition, I don't care about other content creators who might talk shit about me out of nowhere, even though I never talk about them. I just don't care. All right? I'm here to put out a fun gameplay stream. That's it. That's my primary concern. And as long as I do that, that's all I care about. I don't want to have it derailed by a bunch of crap because people want to try to bring up, childish drama and stuff. So that's what we don't allow on the streams. Fair enough? Alrighty then. So please understand, there is no legal contract between myself and you. If someone contributes, I don't have any responsibility to respond. Now, in general, I want to respond. I want to give you shout-outs and credit for contributions, and understand that if I accidentally skip over a contribution or two, that's a mistake of mine. I'm a human, and I do make mistakes. But in general, I try to go out of my way to make sure that every contribution gets picked up, all right? And basically everything, everyone gets credit for what they do. But there's some people that are kind of bad apples. They come in here, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to bait Phil with this question, or I'm going to try to fool him with this or that. And I, in general, I try not to let that happen, okay? And so if you notice someone's contributing and I'm ignoring their messages, it's probably what's going on. Fair enough? Okay? The other thing is some people, they're assholes. They come in here, they'll tip $1 or something, and they'll say something insulting, or they'll try to derail the stream. I won't address it, and then later on they'll try to charge that shit back on PayPal and stuff. Like, they think, oh, well, there's a legal contract between me and Phil because I sent him $1. Like, fuck off. No, there's not. You're just a dickhead. You're trying to get attention. You didn't get the attention. Then you're trying to break the law and commit fraud, and it never works. I always end up keeping the tips and stuff when people try to do that stupid shit. So they always end up the loser in that transaction, trust me. But they still try to do it. So just understand, that's why, I don't do stuff like that. Fair enough? Okay. So, thank you guys very much for everything. The one thing I will say is, this month is September here on Twitch. And for about one more week, there's a couple promotions that are running that I'd like to talk about. First of all, if you've never been subscribed to a channel before, subscribing to the channel is half price right now. And that also goes for people who were gifted subscriptions and they've expired. Because in the month of August, for example, a lot of people were gifted subscriptions to my channel here. And as of the last couple days, a ton of those expired. It was about 50 subscriptions expired that were gifted. If anyone who was in those gifted subscriptions wishes to continue them, it's only $2.50 as opposed to the full $5 that it would normally be. So you might want to consider it. All right? Now, in addition to that, this month, if you are going to cheer for the next week or week and a half, as long as it lasts, I'm not sure. If you use the Subway Cheer Mo, it gives bonus bits to the streamer for absolutely free. All right? If you like a streamer, if you support them, you're cheering to support them, it's obvious you probably want to maybe give them as much as possible, right? So why not use the Subway Cheer Mo to give 10% bonus bits? All right? Please consider it. Thanks to anyone who does. I appreciate that. And yes, it is helping out, so thank you. Okay? Last but not least, even though there are many ways that you can contribute and allow me to, keep doing what I love, one of the best ways is by tipping me. The reason is tipping me, I get those funds immediately. Those are things I can put that money towards immediately. So, for example, I can buy new games with tips. I can pay bills with tips. Coming up this next month, I'm trying to avoid going into the horrible situation I was in this month, waiting 2 weeks to get paid by Twitch and being completely overdrawn on my bank account. I would love to avoid that. So, by tipping me, those are funds I can use for things right away. Please consider tipping me if at all you can. There's 2 ways to tip. Below the stream, there's a tip jar button, or you can type !tip into the stream chat. Either way will bring you the link to my PayPal tips page. There's a few things you should know about tipping. The first is that you do not need to use your real name and identity. Some people are afraid that if they contribute to a streamer that they'll be harassed by trolls and the like. Fair enough. You don't have to give out your information. You can make up a name. You can just say anonymous. It's a good way to contribute and not be known who you are so no one can come after you. The other thing is, you don't need a PayPal account to tip me. That's a misconception. You can use a debit or credit card and pay for it much like anything else on the internet without creating an account. That's right there on my PayPal tips page at the bottom. There's a button that says that. So please give it a look. And thanks to anyone even considering contributing in any way, shape, or form today. It is much appreciated. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the final segment of the pre-stream. The segment that I like to call Current Events, where I talk about drama on YouTube. No, fuck that. Absolutely not. No, we're going to be talking about shout-outs. For those who've contributed, I want to give shout-outs and get the leaderboards updated and the like for those who've contributed. So let's do that, shall we? Okay, so we actually start off with Jessica Tim, who did a 50-bit cheer overnight. Pretty awesome. Again, people think about me overnight when I'm not even broadcasting. Some people keep me in mind, and that's awesome. So Jessica Tim basically says, Phil, there's so much negativity around you. I do sometimes watch some certain people, all right, and I cannot believe the degree that some folks can go to make stuff up about you. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't give them ammunition. I do my best. The problem is that these people have found that latching on to me has given them prominence, has given them notoriety, and in some cases has given them a lot of money. And so because of that, they're not going to abandon their negative, toxic train of popularity. They're just going to keep rolling with it, right? Even though it's at my expense, they know that. They know it's at my expense, and they know that it hurts me, and they don't give a shit because they're immoral. And, you know, I don't go out of my way to talk about it on streams at all. You know, unless it affects me or if someone directly asks me like you just did, then I'll bring it up. But in general, I don't care about it. I just ignore it. You know, I don't know if someone on a daily basis is stealing my content or restreaming me or doing nasty stuff. I don't pay attention. I mean, every day they are. I know for a fact at least once a day someone's doing that to me. And there's not much I can do about it. You know, I'm not rich. I can't go to court and sue these people to make them stop it. You know what I mean? What they do is against the law, and what they do is against terms of service of various places where they do it. Sadly, those businesses where they do it don't give a shit. You know, there's a reason why the people who are like that aren't on Twitch. Twitch does not tolerate that shit. They see it and they say, that's toxic, disgusting, illegal bullying, and we're done with that shit. We're not going to let people make a living on behalf of making fun of others. But YouTube doesn't really give a fuck. YouTube just lets anything fly. Unless they get sued, they let anything fly. So, I mean, case in point, YouTube was putting illegal advertisements on children-aimed videos forever. It wasn't until they just got sued by the FCC that they now realize they can't do that. They can't just put, you know, indirectly targeted advertising on videos that children are watching because it's illegal. There's actually laws against that you can only have certain kinds of advertisements geared towards children, and YouTube has ignored those laws for so many years. They just lost, I think it was like $170 million in a settlement with the FCC. So, I mean, unless YouTube gets sued, they don't care and they don't fix anything, you know? So, I'm not surprised that it happens. But thank you, Jessica, for the cheer. And yes, I'm not going to let it get me down. You know, I try not to create bait for those people. It is what it is. Sometimes they'll take whatever I say and do and turn it into something stupid. You know, like that's the thing. Something as innocuous as making a quick joke on a stream that's you know, 10 seconds of a 6-hour stream. Oh my God, look at what Phil said today here, blow it up and drama, blah, blah, blah. Because that's what gets them attention. That's the kind of, you know, negative shitheads they are, is that they have to do that. They can't make positive content because no one would watch it. So, anyway, thank you for the cheer. Tanamounder did a 1,000-bit cheer overnight. Thank you very much, Tanamounder. A 1,000-bit cheer overnight is very much appreciated. And, again, and he did the Subway bonus as well. He did the Subway cheer mode bonus. Thank you, Tanamounder. Much, much appreciated. Okay, so now we get the people who contributed during today's live stream, and we start off with Ashen G Forever, who resubscribed to the channel for 2 months in a row. Thank you very much, Ashen G Forever, for that support. Much appreciated. Okay? An anonymous cheerer did a 200-bit cheer, and that is the biggest cheer so far today. Let's get them up there. Here we go. 200 bits. Oh. Excuse me. That came out of nowhere. I'm very sorry about that, everyone. That was absolutely disgusting. And I apologize profusely for my flatulence. Actually, flatulence is when it comes out of your ass. What is it when it comes out of your mouth? Your belchulence. Apologies all around. Thank you very much. An anonymous cheer for the 200-bit anonymous cheer. Okay. Excuse me. Modern Day Maharaja did a 50-bit cheer and asks the following. He says, this might sound as... try this again. This might sound as an odd question. I can't read. Try this again. Hey, Phil, this might be an odd question. Why was that so hard to read? I don't know. How come you say contribution instead of donation? All the other streamers I say, I can't. All right, That's it. Hey, Phil, this might be an odd question, but how come you say contribution instead of donation? All the other streamers I watch say donation. I did it! I did it! Okay, I don't know what the fuck happened there. I got it done. Okay. So, Modern Day Maharaja, the bottom line is I couldn't answer you. I don't know why people say and do what they do on Twitch. I'm not them, right? I have no idea. Maybe they feel it sounds better saying donation rather than contribution or tip. But in reality, per the law, meaning in the United States, again, that's another thing. Maybe in another country it's categorized differently. In the United States, per the laws of our country, okay, the way it works is that income that you gather on a stream, no matter what method, is considered taxable income, which means it is not a donation, okay? A donation, in particular, is usually considered a contribution given to a non-for-profit entity that usually is not a taxable transaction, okay? Essentially, a donation would be like if you went to a charity for research to stop a certain kind of illness or to feed the hungry, stuff like that. That would be considered a donation, and in particular in the United States, if you donate to stuff like that, that's actually a tax-deductible transaction where you don't have to pay taxes on it at all. Essentially, when you contribute to a streamer, the United States government views that as a contribution, much like if you went to a restaurant and you tipped your waiter or waitress, or if you went to a bar and you tipped the bartender who was making you drinks all night. It's considered a gratuity. It's an optional transaction where you give someone additional money saying, good job, here's some extra stuff. And essentially that's what it is. I'm putting out a free gameplay stream for you. You determine under your own volition whether or not you like that stream. If you do, if you choose to contribute to allow me to continue to do what I love to do, that's great, and you do so. But that is a taxable transaction, okay? It's not a donation where you're giving to a non-for-profit, you know what I mean? It's not like that at all, okay? So, I mean, all I can do, Modern Day Maharaja, is guess. My guess would be that other streamers either, number one, feel that donation sounds better, and if you say donate it, you'll be more ample to, oh, I want to donate to that streamer versus, oh, I want to contribute or leave a tip. Donating sounds better. Oh, I donate. It makes you feel better about dropping some contributions, right? Rather than saying that I spent something on someone. Oh, I donated. It makes you feel better about yourself, right? Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I could be completely off base. I'm guessing. The other thing is, it could be that these people are not if they live in the United States, I don't know. If they're international outside of the U.S., I don't know how it works. But if they're in the United States, they're trying to erroneously categorize their income so that they don't have to pay taxes on it, which is completely wrong. And if the IRS ever catches up with them and audits them, they're completely screwed. They're going to be told all of their income was taxable income, and they should have been paying taxes on it all the time. And essentially, they could actually be told they were hiding their income. If it was found that they were intentionally doing this, it could be considered tax fraud, which is a felony, which is a major crime. That's why all these years, everyone hears me talk about taxes, and they're like, I don't understand. Other streamers don't talk about taxes, and, you know, they act like it's not a big deal. It's like, yeah, because they probably don't do their taxes right. They probably lie and or hide their income and categorize it as other shit so that they don't pay taxes on it, when in reality, they should be paying taxes on it the whole time. Okay? So that's the deal. I was very much wondering when I became a full-time streamer 2 years ago how that was going to work. And when I talked to my tax guy, he was like, no. He's like, don't get any misconceptions. You know, people that are sending you money, that's considered a taxable gratuity, and it has to be paid taxes on. You know, if you don't, you're going to get screwed over in the long run. So, you know, that's why I do things the way I do it. All right? Hopefully that clarifies. Hideo Kojima, Timmy, $2 to said play Death Stranding. Well, Kojima-san, I will have you know that I am going to be playing Death Stranding in November. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that it ends up being a fun and unique gameplay experience. I still don't know what the hell the game is, and quite frankly, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe going into the game, just knowing it's going to be some kind of a unique gameplay experience is a good thing, rather than saying it's like a million other games we've played. Maybe instead kind of accepting it as it's going to be something different is a good thing. Whether or not that different thing will be fun and entertaining and a lasting experience that we enjoy is another question entirely. So I guess we're going to find out, because I am absolutely going to be playing that game in November. Okay, that's November 8th? Yeah, November 8th. Death Stranding. Thank you very much, Kojima-san, for the $2 tip, even though I know that's not really Hideo Kojima. Thank you very much. All right, continuing on. Chilazar, or Chilazer, it could be Chilazer or Chilazar, I don't know how to pronounce the name, has subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Last Rambo 341 did a 100-bit cheer and says, have you heard of a game called Daymare? It is inspired by the Resident Evil 2 remake because these fans did a third-person remake of Resident Evil 2, but Capcom forced them to shut down the project. No. Did not hear about anything called Daymare. So maybe if there's more information, if you could give me more information, I'd be interested to hear about it. You know I love horror games, but I didn't hear anything about this. Baldy has resubscribed for 3 months in a row, and he says, here's to the 12-year legacy, and fuck the detractors. Well, in reality, I didn't really talk about it this year because it's 11 years now, but this month was my 11-year anniversary. In fact, if I remember correctly, I'm very close to, if not, we're on the 11-year anniversary. The first video I ever uploaded was a video on YouTube of me going to a Street Fighter tournament that was called Midwest Championships. And I had recorded some gameplay of the event, as well as there was like a random games tournament that we had, and there was I filmed the crowd. I did some random videos and put them up on YouTube in 2007. So that, in reality, if you want to count that, this is actually my 12-year anniversary. Now, if you don't count that and you say, well, we're really only counting when you started doing gameplay videos for YouTube, then that would have been the fall of 2008. And the very first gameplay video that I posted up was Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Star Destroyer gameplay sucks. That was the very first one. And then after that, I did videos of Dead Space. I did videos of Mercenaries 2. I did a playthrough of Fable 2. And then I started moving on to do things like Fallout 3. And that's when things really started taking off. And then that next year, Street Fighter 4 came out, and boom! That was when the channel blew up. The Street Fighter 4 coverage really made my original Dark Side Phil channel on YouTube blow up. So, if you used to watch... if technically you watched those few vlogs from Midwest Championships 2007, I guess you could argue I've now been a content creator for 12 years. But in reality, most people didn't start watching my stuff until I started doing gameplay videos in 2008. So you could argue now it's officially my 11-year anniversary as a content creator. Okay? Pretty cool. So there you go. Thank you very much, Baldy, for the 3 months of support. And then we had, excuse me, we had an anonymous gifter who gifted 5 anonymous subscriptions. So we got Jeff the Hero, Scarlet Core, Jessica Tim, Muscles for Bones, and Taylor Allison Swift, all of whom just received gifted subscriptions. Now, I don't know if those were targeted subscriptions, like he or she specifically wanted to gift to those people, or if it was just like a sub bomb. I don't know, but that's pretty cool. Congratulations to those who received the gifted subs. I hope you enjoy them, and thank you to the anonymous gifter, whoever you may be. That is very nice. Thank you. Babyman Gaming 321 ABC resubscribed for 6 months in a row and says, finally the golden crown. This means I'm a bigger fan than Nihilistic Goldfish. Wow. Damn, Nihilistic Goldfish. You gonna let him say that? Are you gonna let him say that he's a bigger fan than you just because he has a golden crown? Damn, he's wagging his e-dick around today. Anyway, thank you very much for the support, Babyman Gaming 321. And yes, I am aware soon you're going to change your name back to Westside Rascal, and I appreciate that because you saw all the craziness that happened as a result of you changing your name to Babyman Gaming. Now we've got a million of them, so. All right. Chilazar just tipped me $3. Thank you very much. You're the top tipper of the day. He says, thoughts on the new Guilty Gear. What do you think about May having covered armpits? First of all, I don't even know who May is, being honest. Second of all, I really never had much experience with the Guilty Gear franchise. back in the day when I was in the competitive fighting game community, I tried it. I didn't really like it. I felt that the combat engine was way too complex. Like, let me put it this way. Most games in the modern era, I feel got too easy. But even for me, someone who played fighting games back in the day, I always felt that the Guilty Gear franchise was too complex. There was like so many intricacies to it that you always had to remember that it just kind of got frustrating for me. Plus, I don't know, it just wasn't my style of game. There's a lot of rushdown based. And I like games that have a lot of variety. Not saying that there's not keep away characters and stuff. There are, but a lot of rushdown in that game that I didn't really like. The insane. That was really the game. If you look at it, it started the whole flashy combo craze. You can argue, oh, what Marvel vs. Capcom series did. You're right, but really that game ended up being a franchise that then spawned a bunch of other games that were very similar. I mean, the closest thing I could say today would be Dragon Ball FighterZ is pretty much the same thing. Constant rush down, trying to mix up and do a giant combo for flashy damage and everything. And that's kind of what the whole series is. Only Guilty Gear is way more complicated when it comes to the controls and the gameplay mechanics. So for me, I never really liked the series. Like I said, I tried playing it back in the day. Never really got into it. I had friends who were like heavily into it, and I just was never that much into it. So I don't even know who the hell May is. I don't even know there's a new Guilty Gear, and I don't know anything about character design in it. I'm probably the last person on earth you would want to ask that question because I just completely uninformed. I appreciate the $3 tip very much. Thank you for that. And I hope you enjoy the new Guilty Gear because I'm sure as hell not going to know crap about it. All right, so a few things. First of all, let's check sub count, because I guarantee sub count changed because of the subs. Yeah, here we go. We're up to 583 subs. So let's update that. Thank you for that, everybody. Whoops, 583. Let's check the cheers for the week. Let's give a shout out to the top cheers of the week so far. Give them some credit, shall we? So, in 10th place this week so far, we've got ATS 318. In 9th place, M5 NSX. 8th place goes to Golden Colts. We have a triple tie for 5th place between Unfazed Shade, Babyman Gaming 321, and Infinite 55. Very nice. Thank you, guys. In 4th place, it's Yoshino Lover. 3rd place goes to Sambuca 2020. 2nd place is Tantamounter. And in 1st place, with a lot of cheering that came in last night, Survive Sweet Treats. So thank you all for the contributions and the support this week. Okay. It appears that the contributions have calmed down. So I think that we're going to end off the shout-out segment because there are no more shout-outs to give. And I think what I'm going to do is take a brief break to use the restroom before we begin. And then we're going to jump back into Borderlands 3. We are, like I said, we're on the 3rd planet of the game right now. I think we're in Act 7 or something like that. Where we are trying to save this monastery / like meditation world, which is under attack by the Malawan Corporation. I'm having a lot of fun with my new weapons currently. And we're going to see where the game takes us today. All right? I don't know, how long the game is. Typically, Borderlands games are quite long. Like, I think the typical Borderlands campaign is between 16 to 20 hours long. And we're only not even 8 hours in yet. So I fully suspect we're going to get a few more major gameplay streams out of the game. Of course, if I do the side content as well, that's going to add even more. I've done some. I haven't done all. Keep in mind, a lot of the Borderlands side content is a lot of repetitive grinding that really doesn't add anything to the story. Like, remember when I was getting the coffee and the burgers? Wow, that really added a lot to the story, didn't it? I might as well have been getting a Sama Flange or a What's-a-Majigger because, it was just busy work. I needed it to get the levels because I needed to be a little bit stronger to continue with the story. But that's kind of how the side content of Borderlands has always been. Okay? All right, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Thank you, everyone, for your contributions so far today. I'll just say this one final time. The best way to contribute is by tipping me. So please, by all means, if you can, please consider tipping me today. But if not, that's fine. I appreciate all contributions that come in. So thank you for everything. Fair enough? All right, let's end the pre-stream. Let's take a short break for me to use the restroom. I'll be right back, and then it's Borderlands time. All right, I'll see you in a few.